Hello everybody. Welcome to the standing postures class. And of course, welcome everybody from Switzerland and from around the world. Today we'll be doing standing postures. You will be needing 2 bricks, 1 blanket. Now the blanket is optional because if you want to come down in Baitak, the first exercise, you need a support behind your heels. Let's not waste much time. Let's start. Take 2 bricks to sit on. Stretch your legs out, straight in front. Stretch the knees out, push your heels out. Now, when you're doing that, see that you're stretching the back of your knees. Because when you bend the knees later on, we don't want the flow of energy to stop. Stretch it out first. Take your right leg under your left shin. Left leg under your right shin. Sit evenly on both your buttock bones. Because if you're not sitting evenly, your spine might drop to the left or to the right. Take your palms behind. Place them on the bricks. Roll your shoulders back. Press your shoulders down. Join your palms together. Look straight. Don't look down. And close your eyes. Breathe softly. Relax your eyes. Relax the muscles of the face. Relax your shoulders. Sit evenly on the buttock bones. Center your spine. Lift your chest. Take a deep inhalation. Now repeat with me, not after me, because in the class it's slightly different. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yo pakarotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. Abaho purushakaram shankachakra siddharinam sahasra shirsam shvetam pranamami patanjalim. Srimate Anantaya Nagarajaya Namo Namaha. Take your head down. Place the palms on the knees. Take your head up. And now, if you have attended my classes, you know in each class I work with a specific muscle or a joint or both in different classes. Today, in standing postures, we'll be doing the same. And I'll be explaining through everything. So even if you're new, you will get it quite nicely. We'll start with Yogveda Kriya, but not the complete one. What is required today according to that? Place the bricks on the side if you are sitting on them. If you're sitting on the blanket, you don't need it. Now in Baitak, if you cannot keep your heels down, you're keeping your heels on the blanket. Like this. So half of your foot is on the blanket, half of your foot is on the mat. Now the whole Yogveda Kriya is 5 deep breaths of each posture, of each asana. First, stand with your legs apart a little more than your hips. Join your palms, join your elbows, stretching your knees back. And just take a quick look if everything is working. There is something buzzing there. All good. Take your legs apart more than your hips. Join your palms, join your elbows. Stretching your knees back. Now, when I mean stretching your knees back, when you move back, the back of your knees should be completely open. Because when you sit down, same as before, as I explained, you don't want your blood flow, your energy flow to be blocked. Stretch, bend, and then down. Stretching your knees back, bend your knees, stretch your back out, and then sit down. Now start with your lower back. From your lower back, lift up. Take your arms down. So you push your knees away to release your tight hip. Lift your chest, look straight. So don't sit like that. Be firm in the body and breathe. 5 deep breaths. Lift your hips, come up halfway, and roll your spine and come up. Stretch your legs, stretch your spine, stretch your arms, and come down too. Stretching your knees back, bend your knees, stretch your back out and sit down. Same, lift your lower back, lift your chest, take your arms down, open your hips. Deep breathing. When I say deep breathing, if you followed the pranayama class last Wednesday, I explained what is deep breathing. If you did not see it, it's still on Facebook or YouTube. You can go and watch it there. And lift your hips, come up halfway. Roll your spine and come up. Stretch your legs, stretch your knees, stretch your spine. Stretch your arms and come down. 3. Stretching your knees back, bend your knees, stretch your back out and sit down. Lift your lower back, lift your chest, arms down, open your hips and deep breathing. Again, now deep breathing is when you inhale, it should be a feeling of satisfaction. So not that half breath. You should feel happy. And now I have a deep breath, a satisfied breath. Lift your hips, come up halfway, and again roll your spine and come up. Stretch your legs. Now this time connect your navel. Stretch your navel, stretch your arms. Come down 4, knees back, bend your knees, stretch your back out and sit down. Again, lift your back, lift your chest, take your arms down, open your hips, breathe, deep breathing. Lift your hip, come up halfway and roll your spine and come up. Stretch your legs, stretch your navel, stretch your arms. Come down 5, knees back, Bend your knees. Stretch your back out and sit down. Lift your back, lift your chest. Again, the lift should come from your lower back, because if the lower back is slumping and you try to lift the chest, it will not work. Lift the back, lift your chest. Open your hips, look straight. And again, deep breathing. Exhale the poisons, the dead cells. And lift your hips. Come up halfway. Roll your spine and come up. Stretch your legs. Stretch your navel. Stretch your arms. Your navel is your Nabhi chakra. And in the Yoga Sutras, if you understand your Nabhi chakra, you understand your whole body. Not only on the energy level, but even on the physical level, because where your navel moves, there the body also moves. The navel has to be centered in all angles. No shift anywhere. If the navel is shifting, your body is shifting. Now stand in Tadasana, toes in the same line. Now if you don't have the yoga mat, it's called the yoga mat. See that your toes are in the same line. Hold your palms together. Take your arms up. Stretch your legs. Pull your spine up. Now don't push your chest or your navel forward. I'll just quickly show it from the side. You don't want to do that. Your hip joint, your knee joint, your heel and your shoulder and your head should be in one line. That is the basis of Tadasana. It goes much more deeper. Now keep your heels slightly apart. Slightly apart. Again from the back. Slightly apart. I'll explain later on why. Hold your palms together, take your arms up. Stretch your legs, pull your spine, open your navel. Stretch your arms, press your legs and your shoulders together and turn your palms up. Open each joint of your finger. Stretch your palms, not closed. Again, deep breathing, 5 breaths. Take your arms down. Change the hold of your palms. Now again, last week I explained, when you're changing the hold of your palms, if you're new, if you don't understand what I mean, if you have your right thumb on top of your left thumb, change your grip so your left thumb comes on top of your right thumb. Take your arms up. Stretch your legs, pull your spine up. Stretch your arms. Press your legs and your shoulders together and turn your palms up. Deep breathing. Stretch your fingers, open your palms completely. Because in this first warm-up, You're opening your body completely so the postures come easily. Take your arms down. Your postures are as good as your body is open and warm. If your body is hard and not opening, it takes a very long time to get a posture. But if you're nicely warmed up and open, the postures come very easy. Now place your right thumb under your left. Take your arms up. Same movement, stretch your legs, stretch your spine. Now stretch your spine as your navel has to open. Lift the left side of the spine. Now hold your palms together, pulling your spine, stretch to the right side. Open your spine sideways. Let your vertebrae breathe. Inhale, come up. Place your left thumb under your right. Take your arms up. Stretch your legs again. Open your spine, open your spine, open your spine. Very important. Hold your palms together. Lift the right side of the spine and stretch to the left side and breathe. And inhale, come up. Now you're taking your arms back and you're holding your thumbs like this. I hope it's clear on the other end. But your arms are behind. Now see that my heels are always slightly apart. Rolling your shoulders back. You're pulling your shoulders down, you're pressing your legs and your shoulders together. Rolling your shoulders back, holding your thumbs, pulling your shoulders down. Now, when you pull your shoulders down, the spine of your neck, your cervical spine should be released. If you feel it's tight, you will feel instant relief. Press your legs and your shoulders together. Don't take your head back. Lift your throat up. Take the head towards your right shoulder. You want to stretch your side neck muscles. Again, it's hard. Some muscles are very hard to stretch. So don't take the head back. On the side and stretch. Take the head up. Change the hold of your thumbs behind. Rolling your shoulders back. Pull your shoulders down. Press your legs and your shoulders together. Lift your throat. Don't take the head back. And take the head towards the left shoulder. Open your cervical spine. Stretch your side neck muscles. And take the head up. Now behind only, you're holding your palms firmly behind. Now when you're lifting your arms up, some of you might feel a numbness in your fingers and in your arms. Now this comes because your trapezius muscle is tight, and when you do that, it compresses the nerves, and then you feel that loss of sensation and numbness in your palms. If you feel that, work like this. So don't hold, work like this slightly. Because we have to find a compromise to open the body and go deeper, so later on you can hold it much better. First, I'll show it from the side. Hold your palms, roll your shoulders back, pull your shoulders down, press your legs and your shoulders together, lift your arms up, pulling your knees up, pulling your thighs up, stretch forward, pull the muscles of your abdomen in, and come down, and breathe. Try to relax your arms. Inhale, come up. Move your hips slightly forward. Press your legs and your shoulders together. Stretch your throat. Open your thyroids so your hormones flow freely. Inhale, come up. And I'll show it from the front. You're doing the cycle once again. Change the grip of your palms. Not the same as the last time, because once you do it instinctively, because that goes easily. The next one you need to understand and work with, because each time you change, your shoulder joint, your shoulder and the joint movement changes. Roll your shoulders back, pull your shoulders down, press your legs and your shoulders together, take your arms up, stretch forward, pull your thighs up, pull the muscles of your abdomen in, come down. Now relax your arms. The weight of your arms will help you to come down more. Inhale, come up. Move your hips forward. Stretch your throat. Stretch your thyroids. And again, deep breathing. Take the head up. Once again, you're changing the hold of your palms. Now you're lifting your arms up. Inhaling, lifting your arms up. At the same time, you're opening your eyes as much as you can. Now when you're doing that, try to be a bit careful what you do with your face. You don't want to do it like that. See that your face is pushing back, because we are used to taking the face forward because of the work, because of the mobile phone, because of many things. Roll your shoulders back, pull your shoulders down, press your legs and your shoulders together. Inhale, lift your arms, stretch the muscles of your eyes. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open your eyes. And then take your left arm close to your right hip. Hold your right elbow, and with your right hand, hold your left elbow. Breathe. Deep breathing. 5 breaths. Remember, the whole Yogveda Kriya is 5 breaths. And release. Now change that hold of your palms. Roll your shoulders back. Pull your shoulders down. Press your legs and your shoulders together. Inhale. Open your eyes. Exhale. Inhale, open your eyes. Exhale. Inhale, open your eyes. Stretch the muscles of your eyes. Exhale. Inhale. Open your eyes. Lift your arms as much as you can. Exhale. Inhale, open your eyes. Take your right arm close to your left hip. Hold your left elbow. With your left hand, hold your right elbow. Press your shoulders down. Look straight and breathe. 5 deep breaths. Fill your lungs. And release. Now take your right arm out. Hold your right elbow. Take your elbow close to your face. Take your elbow back behind your ear. Place your right palm on your upper back. Take your left hand close to your right hip. And then bend your elbow. Hold your fingers. Lift your chest. And from your middle spine, stretch back. Open your breathing muscle. Inhale, come up. Take your left elbow out. Hold your elbow. Take it close to the face. Take your elbow back. Now see that your elbow goes behind your ear first. Place the palm on your upper back. Now you're taking your right arm close to the left hip. This movement, if your shoulders are open, you can do it with a swing also. And then hold. Lift your chest. From your middle spine, stretch back and breathe. Inhale, come up. toes in the same line. Take the hands on your hips. Moving back. Stretching your knees. Again, I'll show it from the side. Stretching your knees. Come down halfway. Pull your knees up. Turn your back and your spine to the right side. Keep on turning, because now you want to open the space between your hip, between your hip and your lumbar spine. Here is the main movement. Come back in the middle. Turn your back and your spine to the left side. Same movement. And feel your sacral lumbar spine, where your hip ends and your spine starts. That is a very tight space, because you have very little support there. Your rib cage is different. There is a lot of structure in your rib cage. Deep breathing. Come back in the middle. Stretching forward. Place your fingers on the floor. Pull your knees up. And then with your fingers move to the right side. Again, you're opening the same sacral lumbar spine. The spine close to your hip. But the angle is a bit more steep now. So the work, the muscles, and the effect is also different. Deep breathing. Come back in the middle and turn to the left side. With your fingers, move to the left side. Now try to go as deep as you can, so you take your head nearly in the same line as your heel, because then you have a deep stretch. And after this, your body is open, your body is warm. If you have some slight pains here and there, they go away. Deep breathing. Now come back in the middle. This movement, I'll show it from the side. You're placing your palms on the floor and you're lifting your heels up. Use the muscles of your abdomen. Pull them in to pull yourself up more. Place your heels down. Stretch your arms out. Keep your fingers on the mat. Pulling your thighs up. Inhale, come up. Stretch your legs. Stretch your spine. Stretch your arms. Take your arms down. Stand in Tadasana. Look straight. Breathe. And release. Now, in the class, after this one, I usually teach the handstand. In the comments, write down, if you want to learn the handstand, I'll teach it to you next week. Now, the ones who come to the class, they know it. The ones who are new, Or the ones who want to still practice, write it down in the comments so I can read it later on. And then next week I'll teach you the handstand. Now, stand in Tadasana. What is Tadasana? That is the base of many of your postures. Because it teaches you how to be neutral to gravity. If your body is not neutral to gravity, if you're leaning forward, gravity will pull you down even more, and you need to fight gravity to pull yourself away from it. And that is a tiring process. You lose a lot of energy in that. Plus, it closes your breath, it closes your hormonal system, it gives you pains in the body, it blocks your energy. There are many bad effects of it. In Tadasana, when you're standing, see that your heel, first of all, you're standing more on your heel. You're not standing on your toes. You will never do a Tadasana like this, like the shoulders close and forward. Standing on the heel, your knee, your hip, your shoulder, your head. Try to get it in one line. Now, how do you know if it is in one line? When it is in one line, you feel nearly no weight of your body, because if a stick would be straight, it would be balanced. Or if it is not straight, it will fall down. Now, I'm not teaching a stick balancing class, so I put the stick on the side. Stand with your toes in the same line, stand on your heels. Now, this movement, I want it in your next two postures. Standing in Tadasana, first stand on your heels. If you cannot stand on your heels, just lift your toes up. So you stand on your heels. Automatically, your body will move back. If you can stand on your heels, it's absolutely fine. See that your knees are on your heels, your hips are on your heels, your shoulders in the same line as your heels. Your head is resting on your heels because you want your brain completely resting on your heel. And then you're weightless, you lose no energy in standing straight. If you're not standing straight, you lose a lot of energy fighting gravity, and which doesn't make sense, no? Now hold your palms together, take your arms up, stretch your legs, pull your spine up. You're taking your right knee up. 5 breaths. Try to take it up as much as you can. Again, deep breathing. See that your head is resting on your heel. Look straight. Take your leg down. Change the grip of your palms. Take your arms up, and now take your left knee up. Breathe. Take your arms down. Take the leg down. Now, I explained in the beginning of the class, there would be some things I would be focusing on to get the posture right. The first thing, the absolute first thing, is this space of your leg. Above your ankle, below your calf muscle. So that section of your shin bone, keeping your heels apart slightly, try to take them close to each other. Because we want straight legs, we don't want bent legs moving out. The second thing, I want you to feel where your leg comes in the hip. Where your leg comes in the hip. Your hip, the leg comes in the hip. This is your femur bone, the bone of your thigh. Here. And the space below it, exactly there. So these are the two things we'll be working today with. Legs together. Now the together comes from the space of your lower shin bone. It is there, that separation of the heel. When I said stand with your heels slightly apart, when you do that, your heels come a bit closer to each other now. Now this space, where the femur bone, your thigh bone comes in the hip, from there, lift up. Stand in Tadasana. Now that uplift should be there. Take your right leg up. Hold your ankle, hold your heel. Lift as high as you can. Same, that inner hip has to lift. And place the foot on the inside of your thigh. Hold your palms. Take your arms up. Now you don't need to do that, and you definitely don't need to do that, because that is not a yoga posture. Pull up. Be alert and sharp in your body. Look straight, breathe. Deep breathing. Take your arms down. Stand with your legs together. Take your left leg up. Now the same movement. When you're pulling the leg up, that same inner joint space of your hip should push upwards. You don't want this space to go down. Pulling it upwards. Pulling it upwards. Because when you pull upwards, you can place the heel quite high up also. Hold, alert palms, pull your spine up, press your shoulders together, and look straight, breathe. Concentrate completely to pull up. Because you want your body anti-gravity, not tamasic towards gravity, sattvic away from gravity. And back in Tadasana. Same heel, knee, hip, shoulder, head, brain in one line. Open your navel. Deep breathing. And once again, now try to be more and more conscious of that space of your hip, where your leg is coming in the hip. This is the outer part, Then there is the inner part. From the inner part, we want to lift up, because that part supports your spine. If you're loose here, your spine loses the support. Take your right leg up. Lift, pull your hips up from inside. Place the foot on the inside of the thigh, and holding your palms firmly, pull your spine up. That's why you're holding your palms firmly. And breathe. Take your arms down, take the leg down. Toes in the same line first. You want to be neutral. You don't want to work in Vrikshasana. The posture is Vrikshasana, a tree posture with your foot out like that. Because you want your spine, your foot, your body to be straight as you would stand straight. The moment your foot moves out, your knee moves out, your hip joint starts to do a strange outward movement to close your lower back. You don't want all those bad movements in your postures, because the yoga posture is as healthy as you do it. If you do it correctly, it is healthy. If you do it wrong, it is unhealthy, like anything. Take your left foot up, lift it as high as you can, and pull your inner hip up. Place the foot on the inside of the thigh. Hold your palms and take your arms up. Pull your spine up. Press your shoulders together. Now you're pulling up again from that inner hip space. And breathe. Deep, deep, deep breathing. Now, if you can hold your palms firmly, only then join your palms together. If you can hold your palms firmly, only then join your palms together, but don't do that. Because there you are working in a tamasic way to take the body weight down. You know, your arms down, you become loose and you come down towards gravity. You don't want that. You need to pull yourself up away from gravity. That's why I said this is not a yoga posture. Take your arms down, stand straight. Breathe. Now, if you have the yoga mat, there are a few lines on it, and there is a reason why I put the lines there, because you have to work with that same hip joint movement in a specific way to get the posture right. Join your palms together, bend your knees, and now softly jump like a cat. Soft jump. Take your legs apart. Now, if you have the yoga mat, that center line of the mat should run in the center of your feet first. Now, you cannot do the posture or Trikonasana with that. It's okay to learn like that, but when you turn your foot in 45 degrees, you lock your hip joint to push it upwards. Here it is unlocked, you can just, it's passive, but it's good to learn Trikonasana like this. When you have learned Trikonasana, then you have to turn your foot 45 degrees, so the hip joint also turns 45 degrees. And that turn pushes that inner hip joint upwards for you to stretch your spine correctly sideways. So that 45 degree movement is important. If you are completely new, Keep your right foot completely straight. Your left foot on the center line of the mat. Now this is if you're doing it for the first time. If you have an experience, turn that left foot in. If you have the yoga mat, you can use it or just turn your foot in. This movement we spoke about, the hip joint pulling upwards, hold your palms, pull up, stretch your arms out, pulling your thighs up. Now again, I want to come back to that same shin movement. The lower shin bone, move it inwards. You don't want to push it outwards, that will make your leg crooked. You want to make your foot, you want to keep your foot straight and you want to make your leg straight. So pushing that lower shin bone in, stretch sideways, come down. Feel your navel, pull your navel out. And then slowly turn your neck, turn your navel, look up. Deep breathing. Be careful with your left foot so you're not pushing it out. You want to push it in, keep it centered and work. Now, if you're doing it for the first time, listen to the instructions and do your best because I cannot correct you. Inhale, come up. Take the hands on your hips. Turn your left foot in. Now again, that angled line should be in the center of your feet. Turn your right foot out. Inner hip pulling up. Inhale. Stretch your arms out. Stretch sideways. Now that hip has to pull up when you come down. Up and down. You can hold your leg. If you have a brick, you can keep your hand on the brick. If you have done Trikonasana for some time, you can take the hand on the floor. But that hip, inner hip, pulling up and down. Deep breathing. I'll take a quick look if you have some questions. Inhale, come up, toes forward, join your palms together and jump. Stand in Tadasana. Deep breathing. Five breaths. I hope you're enjoying the class. Again, join your palms together, bend your knees and jump like a cat. Turn your left foot in if you know the posture. Now, if you did it first time with your foot out, turn your foot slightly in so you feel what it does to your hip joint, because the movement is not in your foot, the movement is not in your knee, the movement should be in your hip joint. In, take the right foot out, stretch your arms out, Now, when you're coming down, that hip is lifting, and try to come down with your hip. So not that your hip is here and you're turning your spine to come down. You don't want that. No? So you don't want that rainbow spine. Up. Stretching your spine. You can hold your leg, you can keep the hand on the brake, palm behind. But you cannot release your hip downwards. That hip has to pull upwards. And then turn your navel, turn your chest. Slowly turn your head. Now, when you're turning your head, try to understand that you're not taking your head back. The distance between your chin and your chest should not become more. Chin down, and you're turning your head as you would stand. Because when you're in the side, it's very easy to take the head back. Chin close to the chest and up. Breathe. Inhale, come up and change. Turn your left foot in, take the right foot out. Hip from in, pulling up, and stretch, come down. See that you're stretching your navel. Don't do that. Lift your chest and then chin close to the chest. Look up. That lower shin is pushing forward. So your body, the weight of your leg is on your big toe, not on your small toe. Deep breathing. Inhale, come up. Take the palms on the chest, bend your knees and jump back in Tadasana. Remember Tadasana. Heels, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, head, brain in one line. Pull your knees up. And from that hip, pull up. So you feel again that shin work and that hip work, they both work together. If you can pull, you can come closer with your lower shins. If you can come closer with your lower shins, you can pull up. And once again, join your palms, bend your knees, jump like a cat. Same work. Center line of the mat is running in the center of your feet. Turn your right foot in, take your left foot out. Take your right hand on your right hip joint. So not on your hip now. This is your leg, where the leg ends. Because it is from that joint you want to push down. And to push down and open the hip joint, you're bending your left knee. So bending the left knee is not the work. Opening your hip joint downwards. Now when you do that, you should have a stretch here in your inner upper thigh muscle. Down. How much should you push down? You should push down till you feel that your knee has a 90-degree angle. Your right leg, pull your knees and your thighs up. Stretch your arms, turn your neck, look towards your left arm. And again, breathe. Now see that your work is to come down from your right hip joint. That inner joint space has to open, that inner leg muscle has to stretch. At the same time, your left leg, keep on working to push that lower shin inwards. You don't want your knee to move out now. Virabhadrasana. Don't fall forward. Inhale, come up. Take the hands on your hips. Change. First, control that your right leg is straight. You're not working with your knee and your foot moving forward. Center your hips. Take your left hand on your hip joint, not on your hip joint, where your leg ends. Pushing it down. Your right leg is passive. You're not working too much on this leg. Your main work is here. 90 degrees. And then stretch your arms. Turn, look towards your left arm. Look towards your right arm. And breathe. Hip, 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 hip. Open that inner space. Now I know in this movement it is moving down, but this is how it's in the first phase. Once it is open, it has to move up. Deep breathing. Inhale, come up. Jump, stand with your legs together. Come back in Tadasana, breathe. Heels, ankles, hips, shoulders, head, brain in one line. You're doing Virabhadrasana 2 once again. Now this time you're not putting the hand on your leg. You're going directly in the pose. Jump, bend your knees. Jump, take your legs apart. Turn your right foot in, take the left foot out. Now, as I mentioned before, that first one was just to get an opening. Now your hips have to pull up and bend your knee, your left knee, 90 degrees. Turn your neck, take your chin close to your left shoulder. Now look sharply towards your left middle finger. And breathe. Don't lift your shoulders. Shoulders down. Stretch your arms away from each other. Inhale, come up and change. Hip in, up. Lifting, come down. Turn your head. Look towards your right middle finger. Take the chin close to your right shoulder. And breathe. Deep breathing. Inhale, come up. Join your palms and jump. Back in Tadasana. Breathe. I hope you are also sweating like me. Now turn around. Again, stand in Tadasana. Hold your palms together. Take your arms up. Stretch your legs. Pull your spine up. Release your arms. Take your hips back. Stretch forward. Place your palms or your fingertips on the floor. Relax your neck. Bend your knees. Now, when you're bending your knees, see that you're on your heels. You don't need to bend your knees 90 degrees, but see that it's not very shallow. Come down deep. Stretch your arms up. Look straight. Try to be on your heels. Don't do it on your toes. Look straight. Inhale, come up. Stand in Tadasana. Deep breathing. Again, if you have any questions, anything which is not working, anything which is hurting, please leave a comment. I'll check them later on. Now, once again, this posture is Utkatasana. You're doing it once again. Hold your palms together. Now, connect your hips. Movement again. Pull it up from inside. Release your arms. Stretching your knees. Move back. Stretch your back out. Place the palms on the floor. Relax your neck. Pulling your thighs up. Pulling the muscles of your lower abdomen in. Keep on pulling your inner hip up. Bend your knee. Take a deep inhalation. Stretch your arms out. But keep your fingers on the mat. And fix your knee position, because from here, see that you work with the same knee bent angle. So if you come down and then don't come like that. Try to hold your knee angle. Inhale, come up. Look straight, breathe. And breathe, deep breathing. Inhale, come up. Stand in Tadasana. Lift your chest away from your hips. Don't close your navel. Now we are doing the last posture, Uttanasana. Take your arms up. Stretch your legs. Pull your inner hips up. Press your legs and your shoulders together. Release your arms. Stretching your knees back. Stretch forward. Place your palms on your fingertips or your fingertips on the floor. Relax your neck completely. Soft, deep breathing. Stretch your arms out. Keep your fingertips on the mat. Pulling your knees up. Stretching your back out. Inhale and come up. And take your arms down. Stand in Tadasana. And now, Savasana. If you have a blanket, fold it so much, not much more than that. Because too much high is not good. Too much low, if your shoulders are closed, your neck will hurt. So just a little support. Place it on the mat. Just watch. Don't do. First, lie down. See that the line of the blanket is just touching your shoulder. It should not be under your shoulders. Holding your head, stretch your neck out once. Keep your neck long. Place the neck on the blanket. Take your knees close to you. So your hip lifts up slightly. That lower back will release. Place your feet on the floor. After this, don't do it, just listen to my explanation first. I'll give the instructions once again. Lifting your shoulders one at a time, roll your shoulders back. Relax your shoulders, relax your palms. Your palms should face the ceiling. And then slowly you're making your right leg straight, your left leg straight, and relaxing your body completely. While coming out of the posture, you're turning to your right side, because when you turn to the right side, your left nostril gets released. You will feel it when you have a cold. If you turn on the side, the nostril which is higher up releases. Now the liquid from the sinuses moves off. We want the moon channel, the parasympathetic nervous system, to calm you down even more when you turn to the right side. You'll be here for a couple of minutes, and then placing your left palm on the floor, you'll come up. Now prepare your blanket. And then lie down. Now see that the line of the blanket is just touching the line of your shoulder. The blanket should not get under your shoulders. Hold your head, stretch your neck, stretch your cervical spine out, keep it long. Place the head on the floor. Your chin is slightly down. Now lifting each shoulder, roll your shoulder back so your palm is facing the ceiling. Just before that, hold your knee. Take your knees close to you so your hips lift up. You want your lower back to release first. And then place the feet down. And now roll your shoulders back. See that your spine is relaxed. And make your right leg straight. Make your left leg straight. And relax your body. Let go your body. Now again, Savasana has to be done correctly. Start with your feet. Relax your feet, relax your toes. Relax your lower leg. Now the lower leg I mean is below your knees. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs, the leg above your knees. Relax your hips. Now the hip is the whole hip bone above your legs. Now, stretching your knees once, push your heels out, both the legs completely, and then let go. Relax the space of your organs, and that is below your rib cage. Relax your breath. Relax your shoulders, and with the shoulders, relax your arms, your palms, your fingers. Relax the muscles of your face. Keep your jaws and your lips slightly apart. Relax your eyes completely so you feel your eyes go down towards the floor or towards your blanket. Relax your brain. And with the brain, relax your spine, because spine, your central nerve cord, is just an extension of your brain. Brain and the spine is one. Let go completely so you don't feel your body. You should have this feeling of floating, as you would float when you're in the ocean or in the salt water. In your body, in your mind, in Shavasana, nothing should exist. Technically, it's a dead posture. No body, no mind. Now slowly turn to your right side. Keep your right palm under your head. Keep your left palm on your hip. And now place your left palm on the floor, pressing the palm. Inhale, come up. Sit in Swastikasana, crossed legs. I hope I made myself understood in the class. If I did not do that, please write a comment so I'll answer any question you have. If again you found the class helpful, educative, please share it, because the classes are absolutely free. The more people can attend it, I would be very happy. If you don't have a mat, if you need a yoga mat, there is a link below. You can always order it from there. If you're watching this on YouTube later on, it's the same. If you want to order the mat, or if you want to know anything about any instructions or anything, just write a comment either on Facebook or YouTube. I'll answer everything. On Wednesday, there is a pranayama class, and I'll be teaching Ujjayi pranayama, the basics of Ujjayi pranayama, and then we'll build up from there, because we don't know how long this stop of the classes because of the coronavirus is. So this is a good opportunity for me to teach you online. Thank you very much for attending the class today. Be safe and have a good time. Thank you.